Are you ready for the next economic downturn? Whether it's a recession, inflation, a market crash, or just an unexpected layoff, one thing is certain: it's not a matter of if, but when. In this video, we're going to walk through 10 real, practical, and timeless ways you can prepare for any economic downturn, without panic, without fear, and without falling into debt traps or doom scrolling. Let's get into it. A solid emergency fund is your first line of defense. Ideally, you want 3 to 6 months of essential expenses set aside in a savings account you don't touch unless it's a real emergency, like job loss, medical issues, or a crisis you can't budget for. Think rent, food, healthcare, not vacations or upgrades. Even saving $500 to $1,000 can start creating a buffer. It's about building peace of mind, not perfection. Carrying credit card debt into a recession is like running into a storm with your pockets full of bricks. High-interest debt drains your options. Make a plan to pay it down aggressively. Prioritize the highest interest first, or use the snowball method if you need psychological wins. Better yet, avoid taking on new debt unless it's strategic and low risk, like a well-timed refinance or a small business expense with a clear return. Never rely on just one stream of income. That's a modern-day risk we can't afford. Can you freelance, consult, teach online, rent a room, sell something you create, or monetize a skill? You don't need a six-figure side hustle. You need optionality. In a downturn, the ability to pivot is power. Most people don't crash because they're broke. They crash because they live too close to the edge. Downsizing doesn't mean defeat, it means freedom. Shrink your expenses before you're forced to. Cut unnecessary subscriptions, delay lifestyle inflation, and, learn to say no to things that don't add long-term value. Frugality is not deprivation, it's strategy. What can't be outsourced, automated, or made irrelevant in a downturn? Those are the skills you want. Think trades, healthcare, tech maintenance, project management, logistics, security, digital marketing, or emotional intelligence and leadership. The economy may shift, but skill and adaptability are always in demand. You can't control what you don't track. Sit down with your bank statements, track where your money is going, and identify leaks. Create a simple budget. Use the 50-30-20 rule or a zero-based budget. The point is, clarity gives you control. If a downturn hits, you won't be scrambling, you'll already know what's flexible, what's fixed, and what can go. So, here's the thing, this isn't financial advice, but it really is just common sense. Don't invest money you can't afford to lose. Make sure your portfolio matches your risk tolerance and your timeline. Are you perhaps overly exposed to volatile stocks? Or do you, maybe, need more conservative assets like bonds, cash reserves, or even I-bonds? You know, sometimes the best move is to do nothing and stick with your long-term plan. Other times, well, it's worth getting a second opinion. We're not talking doomsday prepping, but having extra essentials on hand can help you save money and avoid panic buying. That means canned goods, toiletries, medicine, basic household items, and maybe even a full tank of gas when you can. When prices spike or supply chains break down, you'll thank yourself for the foresight. Who you know matters, especially in a downturn. Connect with mentors, former co-workers, clients, and peers. Join industry groups or local communities. Be helpful now so you're not forgotten later. Jobs, opportunities, and support often come through relationships, not job boards. Social capital is real capital. This might be the most important one. Fear, anxiety, and stress can cloud judgment and lead to bad decisions, especially around money. Read, meditate, pray, journal, whatever grounds you. Stay informed, but don't get consumed. Downturns are hard, but they're also temporary. With clarity, patience, and purpose, you can weather any storm. So, are you ready? The goal isn't to panic, it's to prepare. Economic downturns are part of the cycle. They can be painful, but they can also be a reset. Take the steps now that your future self will thank you for later. If you found this helpful, subscribe and share it with someone who needs this message. Let's mature financially, spiritually, and economically together.